All right, I'll call the St. John Waterworks District meeting to order for, oh, no, whoops, what happened here?
You got it?
Yeah. For December 19th, please take roll.
Joan McInerney,
Here.
Jim Zarnak,
Present?
Ken Gambala,
Yes.
Wayne Pondinas,
Present.
Joe Wisawati.
Present.
We have the minutes for the November 21st meeting. Any corrections or additions? If not, a motion.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Abstain, I wasn't here. Okay. That's approved. All right, new dash old business. Change order number 2 in the amount of $2,303.32 for additional restrooms for this, I believe, St. John Evangelist School during water main change over at West 93rd and Kyleman. There's some porta potties out there for that.
Yeah, we, during the connection for school in Kyleman, we got some additional porta potties for the school and for the Stop and Shop markets over there. Since we were shutting down on Saturday, there was a bunch of CYO events in the basketball gym, and then the shop closed. It was pretty bored Saturday, but for the holidays. So we got some additional porta potties for them in both cases. So that's what this change order is for, just those additional restrooms.
You just have them outside the school in the Stop
Yeah,
and
set
Shop?
one outside, set some outside the school, handicap and a couple of extras outside the school, and then down at the meat market, handicap and a regular one with some hand washing stations at both.
All right, any questions on that one?
No questions.
No.
Well, we're gonna approve this, I guess. Is there a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. All right, now we'll get into the treatment plants. All right, we're moving forward, hopefully, on the media replacements. And we need to, because of the amounts, I believe we need to go out for bids. So we need to authorize a bid process for the media replacement.
So, Mr. President, if I may,
What's that?
on this, I would like to request that the Water Board defer this action until the new council and new Water Board are constituted in January, and that they have reviewed this process and reviewed this whole thing so they can make a determination whether this should go out for bid or not. So I would ask for that motion to defer this until for further consideration.
All right, you all had some correspondence on that from Joe, so.
I did send the board and the council some correspondence. My belief is that the aggregate of this project requires that it go out for bid. However, I think that the bid should be determined by the incoming council should be allowed to review that matter and make a determination on that.
Because of the large amount of money, is this going to be a recommendation from the board to the town council?
It would be a recommendation from the board to the town council for the media changeout. However, since this is a bond-related issue, it's going to require both the water board and the town council's approval. So
Okay.
that's why I'm like, we're so close to the changeover in the council. I think it's in the best interest of this water board and the town council to defer this to the new town council for their, for at least them to have eyes on it and make a recommendation whether they want to do it or not.
Yeah, I know, we just, obviously, this board.
It's been waiting a while.
We want to get it
Yeah.
moved along. Because,
And it needs to get done in January so we can get this project done before the water demand starts. And it's a 12-week project. You've got, actually 16 weeks technically, since you have four cylinders that need to be replaced out. We just want to make sure that the timing gets done and it gets taken care of as soon as possible.
Okay.
That's why we kind of had it on here And I was kind of, let's get this thing done. I mean, I'm in this agreement with Councilman Pondinas. Let's get this done. But I think we just take a step back for a minute and let the new council weigh in on it. And that would be my recommendation.
You heard the recommendation from the town manager, so
Yeah.
what's your flavor?
I can agree with that.
Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion to defer the approval of the bid process for the media filter for the water treatment plants, defer it until after the new town council is in place.
Second.
Second. All right. All in favor signify by aye.
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 All right, motion's carried. Okay. Reports and correspondence. So you have the floor, Mr. Tom.
Mr. President, I've got a couple projects I want to update the board on. Acorn Water Main is almost done. We're going to be abandoning the lift station the first week of January. We had to wait till the sewer pipe had 28 days in the ground before we could do a deflection test on it. So that turned out good. The project's going to come in somewhere in the range, I'm thinking between $50,000 to $60,000 under the bid amounts. If you're wondering how that could happen, there was some field changes that were done in the field. We designed it as conservatively as possible, but with the help from the water staff, Bob Valois, there's ways of getting around things. We didn't use certain quantities for, say, live taps or for cutting caps. They were done on the fly, and we saved a lot of money in that manner. So that's a positive. We had our kickoff meeting for the lead service line inventory. The town has to provide an inventory by October of 2024. We don't believe there's any lead service line, but you still have to go through the effort of putting together an inventory and certifying to it. And it's a really, really positive meeting on it. We got a lot of data exchanged, and we're working forward on that. I would say that in about 60 days, we should have a rough draft of that, and we'll be in well before October of 2024. We've been reviewing, we just recently received the plans from Haas for wells 8 and 9 on it. Ooh. And Jason, I want to thank Jason for helping us getting the plans open. There was issues with it. It went back and forth, and we finally got it. And we're in the process of doing a review of it. I don't have an answer where we stand with that, how much is going to be usable, but we'll definitely let you know what can be used for it. Okay? And then lastly, IDEM permit. We had a conversation with IDEM regarding the media change-out that Mr. Wizawati brought up. We said we should be receiving a permit in the middle of December. Should be coming in any day now, so everything's moving along good on that too. Right. And that's the one thing I have so far. Thank you.
Acorn's all wrapped up.
Yeah, for the most part, there's going to be landscaping done in the springtime. Most of the landscaping is done in front of the residence house, but there was a lay-down area on a corner that we're going to wait till the springtime. We also know the settlement's going to occur. So the contract's got a 1-year guarantee on it. That includes the seeding and the sod. So whatever doesn't make it through the winter, but what we find out, when you do seeding and sod in the fall, it does great over the winter. It does great in the springtime. It's those end of the summer months that don't do too well with it, so, yeah.
Any questions on Tom?
No.
Thank you.
All right. Joe, you have something? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess it's Wayne first.
I really have nothing other than to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's it.
Now you.
Yeah, okay. So thank you, Ken. So first of all, I want to thank Joe McInerney, Jim Zarnick, Ken Gambala for all of your service to the town of St. John for this last year. Your service has been invaluable. Your input has been invaluable. I've appreciated working with you this past year, and I look forward to 2024. With that said, we've got a lot of projects that we've completed this year in 2023. Notably the Acorn Water Project and Sanitary and Road Project that we've got completed. We also got completed the 93rd Avenue project and a lot of little stuff. I mean, when you take a look at what we've achieved this past year in terms of the water projects that we've started and begun, it's been a lot. So I truly appreciate all of your hours of volunteerism. You guys don't get paid for this, and I truly appreciate the service that you've given to the town of St. John. Jim Zarnick, being an engineer, and, I know you're kind of like wastewater, but, water's kind of a passion. So, I mean, we truly appreciate all of the free advice that we've gotten from you over this past year. I truly appreciate that. I want to wish everyone a very happy holiday season and happy New Year to you as well. So thank you.
Joe.
Where were we on the,
The curb ramps at Collins.
That probably would be a good idea. Yeah, why don't you?
So when we were doing the redesign for that little bit of water main that we added down the intersection, we had originally intended to get into the street before we made the connection. However, Public Works wanted us to take that all the way down and stay underneath the sidewalk on the west-hand side of the road. In doing that, we actually took out 3 curb ramps that were not a part of the next piece of common that we'll be putting for bid beginning of next year. So we're going to request that currently, after tonight, the bills are approved and then that change order is approved, there's going to be roughly $20,000 to $30,000 left over with this project. So I'm going to request that a small portion of that, or maybe potentially half of it, gets put towards the curb ramp work for next year's project, as it was not originally intended in our original design. So it would be the 2 west side curb ramps, and then one of the southeast curb ramps got taken out. So they're small perpendicular ones, so hopefully they're only around $2,000 a piece or so.
And that was for the additional portion that
was
we.
for the additional work that we did all the way down to School Street. So we wanted to get into the street, but where Public Works wanted it left off for a future connection, it ended up being a 90-degree connection. We took out some curb ramps. So
Yeah, we literally tore up stuff that was already redone.
and yeah, it was just done as of like
Yeah,
2 years ago as part of the community crossing project.
wasn't happy about that, but I'm like, we got to get it done. So
that's,
So it would be, I'll come with actual numbers because the design will be finalized. We're going to bid opening, well, we're going to go for lighting at the end of the month. So I'll have the actual design numbers to bring in front of next month's board, and we can talk about it then.
thank you, Evan.
did we finish the high altitude valves, or where we at on that?
On the altitude valves, I know they were still
We're
working.
in design still.
Yeah.
Still in design?
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
we are.
All right, now that we're into payment of the bills then. All right, we have Water District docket, December 19th, for a total of $24,213.42. Any questions on that?
No, I did not.
Mostly payroll and NIPSCO. If not, entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, that's approved. And then we have accounts payable voucher utility for $1,549,205.23.
Mr. President.
I do not have any questions.
Mr. President. If I may, if I could ask that the board at this time reduce the amount by $95,438.54. The total to be approved at $1,453,766.69, which would exclude the payments to Austin Electric for $30,251.77, $330,251.77, and for M.E. Simpson for $34,935, that we would defer those payments to the next docket. I literally just got these dockets this afternoon, requesting that the board approve the docket for $1,453,769.69.
So I'm sorry, which ones are you removing? The Austin?
The
Those were
two
ones that just
Austin
came
and the
across
M.E.
today,
Simpson.
right?
I seriously, I literally just got these today. And I want to just have time to review them. Not saying that there's anything wrong with them, just defer those to the next accounts payable docket.
What's highlighted on this?
That's correct.
Discussion on that?
No.
Any discussion?
I'm sorry, Joe, what was the other one? Was it Emmy Simpson? Is that what you?
Yeah, that's correct. This
Okay.
was Emmy Simpson.
Those were the
uh,
ones I came across this afternoon, correct?
Yeah. I just have not had time to go through those this afternoon.
Thanks.
What's the revised amount, Joe?
So the revised amount would be $1,453,766.69.
I'll make a motion to approve the accounts payable voucher for the revised amount of $1,453,766.69 with the exclusion of those three items.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. Okay, we have a motion to approve a progress payment to Passion for 93rd Avenue widening for $69,825 for issue payment under the 21 water bond. That's the one. Should be in your packet here.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor signify by aye.
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 Motion carried. And then we have a motion to approve a progress payment to First Group for the 93rd Avenue widening project for $9,786.12. And that's for professional services, construction inspection, so you could get paid.
My hero. So moved.
Second?
Again, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Do we have anything else on the list, Joe?
No, that's all I have, Mr. President.
Board have anything else? Public comment? Anything for the water district? I would like to say thank you for everybody for making this a smooth year. And we've had a couple of areas, a lot going on. We got Acorn taken care of, and I could go to church now with nobody hollering at me. And no, I appreciate it, Jason. You did a great job too with coordinating the meeting, and our town council liaison for all his work. And Joe, thank you very much for keeping us informed.
Thank you,
And
Ken.
the
I
board
appreciate
members,
it.
thank you.
Been a pleasure.
All right.
Joe, the only
Say.
thing, the only other item, so I know, will we get a copy of like the final year-end budget from our accounting group? Just so we
So-
can see where we ended the budget? Just because this was the first year that we've had a budget in place.
Right, right.
And I'd be interested to see.
So we won't have the final numbers till probably sometime, I'm guessing, in February,
Okay,
because there's some encumbrances that need to take place. There's just a lot of logistical stuff that needs to take place. So we won't have final numbers until probably February.
okay.
I know it seems like a weird thing, but accounting is a weird thing. So, yeah. It'll probably be February before we actually get a final end of the year number for that. But that's normal, and that's just how it is. But yeah, we will get final numbers on that.
You want closure, huh? Closure.
Closure. Yeah, I mean, I think it's important, right? And I hope that the new board and town council,
Yeah.
would continue with that budgeting practice so that.
I think they
really
will. I know that
understand.
the clerk treasurer
Yeah.
was very keen on wanting to make sure that we've got the utilities budgeted and continuing that practice. So I don't think that's going to stop.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
It looks real good out there. It's a great job. Hear people commenting on it. It's so much improved area with what you had to work with. And
Except the paint.
the big push at the end. So,
Yeah, just heard good things from everybody I talked to, I haven't got any calls from residents that have my number, so. obviously a good thing.
Everyone's got Evan's number now, so. It's like,
I talked to someone.
if you want it, we can put it out there on social media too.
I talked to someone that lives there Saturday, and she says, I thought I was on the wrong street when I came home. It's so much different, so.
Yeah, looks great.
Anything else?
Nope.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All in favor, signify